don't teach a kid to be an adult. Teach them to be a kid. You know?
Yeah.
Because umzali can teach you anything in the world. But my lokho kufundisa ukuba ilento ungakafiki kuyona. Kuyakulimaza.
Yakulimaza, yeah.
Because ngeke ukwazi ukuphila lesikhathi okusona.
Yeah.
Ngoba usubuka lento le azoba proud uma uyenzile kuphela.
Yeah.
Which means the only time I'm proud ngayo umzali is if ngibeyile into afuna ukuba uthi ngibe yona.
True.
But mina right now ngisayiphila impilo yami because ngizama ukumjabulisa. Yebo.
The camera is flashing, lights, camera, action. It's time and it's blood, and it's passion. Hey, hey, have a conversation. Hey, talk about it if your body with no hesitation. Ooh, representing for your area code. Coming to you live from your favorite show. It's the forecast. Hey, have a conversation. Talk about it if your body with no hesitation.
Welcome to the Forecast Podcast.
What says you to the idea of Mauzalwa usuke ufumbethe something? I'm gonna elaborate what I'm trying to say. So when you are born with a gift.
Oh, okay. You know what just gonna mess me messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, khona lento kuthiwa uzele wombethe ne. Mase manje uthi ibambe ngezandla. Now when you explaining ukuthi carry a gift.
Yes.
Now it's dawned on me ukuthi everyone was gifted. Yebo mina ngibona ngicanga lento. Sure, I get you.
So basically when you are born with a gift that you have in your hand.
Because it's okay. But at least nishwa ngalento ukuthi uzele mbethe nenhlanhla lokunjani njani yabo. So mawuzo like born a gift ngizamcabanga.
Yeah, but I think on Abafo, to be frank with you, my brother,
sure.
A lot has been the way we are fed information is one of the ways where we lose the roots of who we are. Now, I'm one for Western culture. I embrace Western culture. I mean, if you look at the way I cut my hair,
sure.
The way I speak, I was blessed enough to be raised in a household with a father and a mother. All thanks to God. I still have both, which is very uncommon in our days.
Yeah.
But I've learned through life that your parents will teach you what they know. The minute you want to know more, you then need to put yourself out there and venture out into learning more about yourself.
Sure.
Mina, when I speak to my father and I say, hey, where's Zwete? Uhamba kanjani? Athi go right mkhathu njani. Ngithi mina hawu. Phela wena masuku ufuna ngawusinikeza i-direction yempilo. Yabo? Athi na nina niphile esikhathini more advanced than thina.
Yes.
For me now ukuthi ngikunikeze i-direction or to keep up.
Sure.
Yabo? Then I say to him, it's not about the knowledge of impilo yesikhathi samanje. It's just about the fundamental approach to life. Because you must always remember, a lot hasn't changed, yet we think a lot has changed.
Principles are the same.
The principles are still the same. Yabo? The challenge is how do we then navigate through this time that we are in, but still applying the principles of where we come from.
That's a strong one. That's a strong one. Because from what I'm getting is, why change the formula that's worked for a formula that's failing?
100%. You see right now, my brother, and I mean, I don't want to bring race into this conversation because we're just having a general conversation
Sure.
as brothers, and we taking things from each other and we learning. The whole point of us being alive is me improving you improving me. We contributing to each other's growth.
Sure.
Yabo. Mina, what I will tell you, I have walked both sides of the road. When I say both sides of the road, I've walked the Christian way of life.
Sure.
I'm currently in the cultural way of life. I'm learning more about my culture. Yabo. If I had to give you my life story, we'll probably be here the whole night. So I'll chop it up. In pieces for you. Mfundo Nxumalo. I don't know why my parents named me Innocent. I don't know where in my life. Mfundo Innocent Nxumalo.
Initials.
Yeah.
MI.
MI.
Nxumalo.
Yeah. So I'm one of 3 brothers. Right? So my parents have 3 kids, it's all sons. My father comes from a day of when women were women. In a sense that if you needed to grow your family, you had to have more women in order to grow the family. Right? So at a very young age, I learned to go to mina, I direction yempilo of it is knowing where you come from. Yabo? Unfortunately, being raised by your grandmother, you tend to lean towards ama values nama morals agogo akho.
Gogo meaning ukamama.
Ugogo akababa.
Okay. What go to cool,
Ukhulu.
Zulu. If I'm right.
Yeah, ukhulu because ugogo umakamama.
Sure.
Yeah, in that direction. But bazos correct abanolwazi.
Sure.
So to summarize the story, born outside of wedlock, right? 2 to date, I'm not ashamed to say it publicly. I think probably I'm the reason my parents got married. And then my brother came,
Sure.
and then fast forward 10 years later, kwafika lo umagcina lo mncane. I'm MI Nxumalo. The younger one is MI Nxumalo. Umlando Ian Nxumalo. Mina ngumfundo Innocent Nxumalo.
Ian.
I have no idea what the parents. Yeah. You know what's interesting, my brother? I think, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of years back, I think 2 or 3 years back, me and my dad were having a whiskey. We were just talking, and then out of the blue, I was like interested. I said, Dad, why was Kambala Makamas Kambawa? I mean, like, what was the meaning behind everything? What has Mfundo? I wanted to tell a story, but a lot of people wouldn't hear my story. So I decided to tell my story through my 3 sons. So I'm like, what do you mean, Dad? And then he's like, Yabo when? Mfundo. So I'm Mfundo. The brother behind me, Utubeli, and then the last born is Umlando. So he says to me, yes. Yeah. So you were close. This is the game. You were close. You were very close, my brother. It shows that we family. But so he says to me, no, I want you to create a meaning behind Amakame. So I'm like, oh, explain that. Like, I'm all ears. I wanna we totally base so foundation land umfundo.
Number 2 Bani
Utubeli.
Umlando.
So he says to me, right, the reason why he named us in that order. He said, Imfundo yakha ithuba lokwazi umlando.
Yey. Awuzwide wena.
Yayizwa leyo shandu.
Awusinane somaphunga. Awu songadoda.
Yayizwa leyo shandu.
Siyama. Yayizwa lento isho la.
Yayizwa ukuthi ijule kangana.
Letsayima yini.
Yayizwa la. Hayi, give me time. It's an ayam. Give me now. Okay. It's interesting how igama lakho li related to the person you become.
Sure.
Yabo? When you might look at me and say, Mfundo, I'm sure this guy is learned, is educated and whatever. But it was never about that. Mfundo was ukufunda impilo and knowing life and understanding.
Sure.
Yabo?
Sure.
Hence why spiritually I'm very much not average. Let me put it in that manner. Yabo? Again, in the growing up, I leaned towards my grand. My grand is a Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic church. I grew in the church. I became the youngest parish councillor in the church. So this is the council of the church.
What is it?
So basically, it's called a parish council.
Parish.
Yeah, parish council.
Right now, parish, you know? Now. I'm gonna love this episode, I promise.
Nah, man, it's not like that.
Parish.
So,
Okay,
so it's a parish council of the church. So
No, you went to Bhengu. Parish council.
yeah. So anyway, so I grew up in the church of it.
What does the parish councillor do?
So the parish council is almost like a governing board, yes, called.
Yo. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, it's young, faith.
Bro, so governing body.
Yeah, like of the church, bro.
Oh, you mean like the committee?
The committee, yes.
Oh, governing body.
It's a decisions
Sure.
about the church.
Sure.
Yabo?
No, I get
in
you.
terms of the direction. in terms of finances, in terms of- Yabo? No, this is, I think about 4 years back or something.
4 years
this
back.
is- yeah.
Oh, this is now, bro.
This is now. So I'm just giving you my life story.
Yabo.
No. You can't.
Sure,
Not
sure.
when you're that young. So anyway, I got voted into that. Obviously,
Catholic church,
yeah, Catholic church.
Sure.
Obviously representing youth, being the voice for the young people. In that journey, I was blessed enough to be nominated to go on a church pilgrimage. Right? So a church pilgrimage. Yazi about four.
No, it's a pilgrimage. Yeah.
Pilgrimage.
Okay, put him. That's Moses should do it because
All right, no, I'll do that. Yabo.
Sure.
So, while leaning on the church, in fact, and I'll be honest with you, what says,
this is 4 years ago.
yeah, this is 4 years ago. Yabo. But obviously, me getting to that point, it's a couple of years prior to that.
Sure.
Yabo. Ngikhule esontweni. There's a couple of us that are grand raised.
Sure.
But funny enough, I was the one who leaned more onto
Where were the
church.
parents?
They were around. Mother was in school. My mother got me when she was very young. I think she was not very young, but she was in, I think 23 or something. And she was doing matric. So she had to go back to matric, study, finish her matric, go study to be a teacher, just to help out around the house.
Sure.
My father is a principal, very knowledgeable guy. Back in the days, uyazi and our faiths, you know. Abantu lapha.
Mother is a teacher, father is a principal.
Yeah.
What now, eh?
Now
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Basically, if you were to look at it, and it's something that I speak of very proudly, if you were to look at it, you would look at us from the outside and say, wow, what a family. You know what I mean? Dad, mom, kids.
And being
what a
ndawonye.
family. Yabo? Not really. On my weekends, every now and then. Yabo? Dad worked very far away. Mom was in school. Grand looked after us. Mom finished school, came back.
Mom was in school in the vicinity no
It was far.
Also just you and Grand.
Yeah, it was just us and Grand.
Sure,
So the parents will visit on the weekend. Yabo? Now you must know, Ugochi, the parents not being around, they're not able to put their footprint on us. Yabo? We are constantly learning from Gran and learning from the street. Because Gran only knows so much. So the rest will pick up on the street.
Sure. The streets becomes your parents' basically.
Becomes your parents'
The
space.
street that's made me.
Yeah.
I was saying that and again. I was made by these streets.
By the street.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, to have shaped me in life, in fact. And for the longest of times, it's things that I've had to deal with internally as a person. So I'm gonna open up now. I'm gonna open the book. I'm gonna share my life.
Sure.
You know, I hope, in essence, me sharing my life is gonna share some light to someone that's in the dark place somewhere, somehow.
Sure.
Yabo? At the age of 11, I looked out the window out of my grand's house and saw my best friend's dad getting shot.
Getting shot.
Right? So I'm a
And
boy.
This is grade 11.
Yeah, no, I'm 11 years old.
Shucks.
Right? So to give you the
How old
story.
were your friends when you were 11?
My friends were 13, 14. I've always
Being
had
shot?
older friends. His dad.
Oh, he's there.
His
Yo.
dad got shot.
Oh,
So you line up the stories and you are able to follow me through, my brother. So ngazalelwa mina eGreytown.
Sure.
It's a town when you go outside towards Kranskop, Mpumelelo side.
Yeah.
So I was born in Greytown. When I was literally 6 months old, my mother took me back to Joburg because my mother's from Joburg. My parents were not married, so I couldn't stay at my grand's place. So my mom took me to Joburg. I stayed in Joburg for 2 years. My parents got married. Then me and my mom were able to move back to Greytown and stay with my father. So in Greytown, at the time, there were wars between IFP, ANC, that whole stuff. So our house was in the border where ilogishili separated wakon. Literally like you on this side is IFP, this side is ANC. So our house was literally in the border. So how I got to witness this.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, gatekeeping. How I got to witness this, there was a commotion on a Friday night. Everyone runs to the houses because everyone knows what's about to happen. My parents said, hey, go to your room, don't look out the window, whatever. Being a kid, I was curious. So I looked out the window. When I looked out the window, there was action outside. Next thing I'm like, hey, there's action outside. Oh, that's the eyeball, that's my friend's dad. Hey, now my friend's dad, a dancer. But why a dancer? Can you say dancer so it's bad?
Do you know at the time what is Pamela alone?
Well, I would say I knew. The reason why I would say I knew, growing up with township, playing around with the Sasitini at that time, we don't understand.
Quash.
It's not how quash. So you knew what a gun was. So when I looked at the window, I heard the sound. I didn't see the bullets, but I saw a man dancing. And I'm like, hey, bro, why a dancer? Next thing he drops on the floor. The next thing he's not moving. You know? Next thing I'm so shocked, I can't even react. Like I'm like, what?
But tell me,
You know?
at the time when that happened, did you feel like this is a bad thing or a good thing?
I had no
and
idea.
if you felt some type of way, why do you think that's the feeling that came into your mind at that time?
I think at the time when I saw him dancing, it was more funny. But when he dropped onto the floor and then he stopped moving, I was then like, okay, what has just happened? Why is he not moving? You know what I mean? So in
But
my
was it
mind, I was curious.
Was it a sad moment or it was just like, in look?
No, it wasn't a sad moment. It was like, how
You know why I'm asking those questions?
Mm.
I want to get to the Ndubuti. Do you not feel Ubuti now we have been too aware that everything is scary to us? Like everything now starts being scary. You're scared of walking out. You're scared of waking up. You're scared of sleeping. You're scared of wasting time. You're scared of, basically you become a person who say aware of yonke ndongati is a worker against them.
Yeah.
Whereas at that time when you saw a gunshot, it was like, a dancer.
Yeah,
It was even funny.
Yeah. No,
but
true.
Manje, sengathi makumuntu dujuliwe, it's like the end of the world. Yabo?
Yeah.
Ukuthi do you not feel ukuthi imqondo yethu sikhandiwe ukuthi isabe uphila? Isabe ukusabe you exista. Ufile ngathi yonke into yenzayo uyayikweleta. Hey, what if ngiyithinta mhlawumbe what if ngithinta kakhulu? Yabona nje sekuno what if kakhulu.
Yeah.
But usemncane uthi why? Why is he dancing?
Yeah.
Oh, why is he shooting? Is he dead? No, it was why.
Yes.
So it's a whole thing of Uti. Every time you feel like impilo, I understand the go back to your why. Because when you were on the why, you were curious.
No, 100%. That's why they say Utu Msizi. Once you kill the child in you, you're as good as dead.
Sure.
Because you're no longer curious. You no longer want to know more. You no longer want to try things. You literally, the child in you is the curious in you, the creative in you. The child in you is that. So for me now, at that moment, yeah, it happened. Yes, I didn't realize. Only a day later, it's a kind of, so my funeral, then I'm like, oh, so he's dead. It's like, yeah, he's dead. Then I saw my friend was in pain. Then it was like, okay, cool. Then fast forward, I think 3 years after that, we playing on the street. Say lokshin, but to say bo, hello donkey, wada, we having fun. Next thing, how? Then people are screaming, wada. And then I come out of the house, because the last time I checked, my brother was playing outside. So I come out of the house. My brother's underneath the car. There's blood all over the place. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I run to him, bro. I'm like, hey, Tuba. He's not moving, bro. I start screaming. My parents come out of the house. We put my brother outside underneath the car. Next thing, next thing my brother nearly dies. So I'm like, literally to a point where he was in hospital for months. His eyes went squint. He had to go for operations to come and align a get back for him to see. And he changed as a person after that, because I knew him before that. Then he changed after that. He became a different person. Then my parents thought, you know what, enough of this, we need to move out of the township.
Different person is in...
character. No, his character changed.
Good, different, bad, different according to you?
I'm not going to say good, I'm not going to say bad, because I don't know the person he would have become if he had kept that other personality. I don't know, but the person that he is to date, I love to bits, because he's like one of the coolest guys. He's chill. My brother is loving. I'm very proud of him, proud of everything that he is. But that incident, is a pain that had already existed. And then we move out of there. We move to Maritzburg. We move to the suburbs, they would say, right? We get to the suburbs. My brothers are still kids. I'm a bit grown now. So when I common sense to things and everything, the happier side of life begins. So from that to now the more happier side of life. Sikhuluma isiNgisi, yabo, siphatha ikhafti, yabo, isikole esilayiduze, yabo. You start doing sports that you never thought you would do. You get taught how to swim. You know, as a black child, learning how to swim was like, wow, okay, it's an achievement. I know how to swim now, you know. Then life changed. The more positive side of things started happening. Now, a lot of people that might come across what we're doing today will probably look at the video and say, oh, ninja doy. Because by popular demand, everyone knows me by that nickname as opposed to my real name.
Oh, ninja.
So in primary, when we moved from the township to the burbs, in the townships, we used to think we movie stars.
Oh.
You know? You think you're Van Damme, you learn karate, you do a lot of things. You do boxing, you do flip-flops. You know, to date I still can, even at high age. You learn all those things.
Oh, Shama backflip?
Yeah, proper. Proper, bro. So,
I'm married double in back.
bro. So,
I never caught the day back because we couldn't make it go Instagram.
Yeah.
But when you come to the kitchen, it's happened to manage flat shine on the past. Sure. Why would I put myself through that thing right now?
It's quite an interesting story, my man, because if I had to pull up my arms, so this one, there's a gap between my bone and my arm. If I had to pull out this one, there's a gap between my bone and my arm. Right? I broke this arm twice. I broke this arm twice. So I broke this arm twice. I broke this arm twice.
Sure.
Learning these flip-flops, thinking we are in a movie, doing all of those things.
Pressure. Pressure.
It's not, yeah, you would say pressure, but at the same time, you know when you grow up watching movies and you are convinced to Van Damme.
Sure.
Yabo? Induku nje mfethu uyayithela wena induku. Yabo?
Uyikhatha
nesibhaqa. Yabo? So anyway, fast forward, Bisley, white school, we learn the white way, life becomes brighter.
Wait, what's Bisley, bro?
Bisley is a place in Maritzburg. It's next to Scotchville, Pelham. Everyone knows it as Southgate.
That, overseas.
Yeah. So there's a place there called Bisley.
Sure.
Right? So we move there, we stay there, we go to Bisley Primary. Fast forward, we go to Alexandra High School. It's the whole
Alexandra
nice...
is in Maritzburg as well?
Yeah, it's opposite college.
High school.
Yeah, by Harry Kuala there.
But tell me, in your school life, obviously you were this kid. You look like you look and sound like a person who used to be curious. No,
blind, it's all at lamb.
Sure. No, I can tell. Now, what introduced you to the art space when you became a creator of visuals? You know, you became a salesperson because remember, creativity does not start when you see the actual product. It starts on when you can influence the industry, the direction of where the next thing needs to be seen from. Which means then you're a creative, you're a salesperson. You sold an idea to me. Now I was going this way, but you told me I wouldn't have known that had you not sold it to me, which means you are a creative. You have created an idea that I could follow. So you basically shaped my destiny. So creators are people who shape destinies.
True.
You know?
True. My whole interest in the creative of arts, you would actually think, it doesn't make sense. So, from a young age, I was around women a lot.
Sure.
From standard 6 to probably standard 9. What they call it, grade 8 to grade 11 now.
Oh, so you're around women, raised by a woman?
I was raised by a woman,
sure.
Right? I was around women. Most of my friends were women in high school. Umtakatholanga high school boy. Hi boy.
Bewubesiwe. Cha indlela esho ngayo futhi. Iwapezi. Okay, sure. That's fine. Ukuthi yazi sikhulele lokushini nawe uzikhulele lokushini.
Yeah.
Hayi bale lokushini besingeke sivumelele. Okay.
That's why I'm starting it there. Yabo? So, you know when you grow up, I mean, I'm quite a short guy.
Sure.
Yabo? I'm quite short.
Okay, imali. Wena usuke la.
Yeah.
Usuke la. You know what it feels like?
Yeah.
It feels like uthi there is no one when I was umngani
No, man. I'm like, explain this thing to you. So,
Sure.
yabo lento yokufuna ukuba present in the room. Mawufishane when you walk in the room, people don't notice you.
Okay, that's how
Nani
we.
lo mthetho. Yeah?
Ngathi manje uzothini ngakugibela some. Ulo bethi, yazi you are drawing pictures. Okay, you know what I must give to you? A good storyteller.
Yeah.
Because right now, just tell me topic good day.
So anyway, yeah, being short
Sure,
of it,
sure.
always wanting attention. Yeah, but I was just friends with women. I figured, Uguti, if I can't have them, then I'd rather be friends. Yabo?
It's yeah, okay. I want to say that you're wrong, Gowani. That's your truth. But it's how you say it.
Yeah, no.
Nama ngimfishane bithi I remember kumina kodwa ngangimfishane phela ukuthi mina nginekhanda elikhulu angimfishane ngekhanda elikhulu namanje ngisalikhulu but usuzwakujwayela
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know nganginekhanda elikhulu ngimfishane all my life bro nganginekhanda elikhulu khona ngabantu yeah. So, yabo mawusho lento eshoyo, ngifila ngathi nami lo wamthola ohleli ngina njalo bakhona umuntu ozothi ekhanda kulo.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, my brother. No, I feel you, Fitz. No, I feel you. So anyway, yeah, befriended them, became friends, got to know women well. And then at a later stage, in fact, so obviously now me as a man, I realized my position and what I wanted out of the situation. Fast forward.
Situation le yabangani.
Yeah, yabangani.
Wawusufuna umngani. Bento sikhuluma kule bro.
No. You should go to, in a sense of what I befriended them to be friends with them, to be closer to them, yabo? To learn them more. Yabo?
But now we're learning them more because you felt ukuthi uma ngikushare ngumqomo. So I'd rather become a friend to you so that at least I'll stay close to you. Because that's what friend zone is, really.
So, I wasn't more or less, I can't believe I'm actually putting this on camera. It's actually not right. So I was a pimp. So basically, it's something I'm not proud of now because I'm more grown up. So I befriended girls, I became friends, right? I'm actually that wanted the girls. Yeah, not what dies. So literally, I'll be friends. Yeah, I'm about to explain. So I'll be friends with them. This is what I'm done. Yeah, you want to I'm more explain.
Sure.
So Mina, it's bro, guys. Like I would befriend them. All the guys would want them. They would treat me nice because I'm the gate to them.
You're not getting money, bro.
No, I'm not getting money, but I'm getting picked up from home.
Oh, by one machine.
By Machita.
Oh, I'm actually out of school.
No, Amajita that are in school,
Abangana moto.
they're well off. No, their families were well off, so they had cars. Remember now, I'm going to a white school. I'm going to a white school.
Sure.
I'm going to a white school, and not to say anything negative in any way, but in a white school, Amajita wana
This is
game.
high school or primary school?
This is high school now. Amajita wana
Ah,
game.
going
Besides not wana game, no Amajita wana game, but there's always that
They needed an inside man.
inside man also whisperish push to your direction. You understand what I mean? So me not being friends with girls, I got to know girls.
Yeah.
At the very same time, Amantomazana were able to provide me with a safe place. Because no one no, God.
Oh,
So
but
the girls-
this is about
no.
a safe place.
Hey. So my girls were able to
Sure.
provide me with a safe place because guys wouldn't touch me because they know if ngithinta lo yami
Oh, manje ngizwa
understand that?
You know,
But this is the whole game plan.
Artist he can tell stories.
Yes.
Now njengoba khuluma story yabo bonke sitholayo siba uthu ngithi ngiyibamba noBhengu ebeyibamba eThai. Uqonda ukuthi
I know. So mina
Sure.
because I was so close to my kids, kwakuma kufika Valentine, amajita ezangimina. Ethe lalela mfethu ubani ngithengelani? Ubani?
uyobuya sokela bo.
Yes, majita on a serious note.
Your life bro, lie. That's a movie, that's the thing.
Yes, it's actually about to get even better. I want Msizi. If honestly speaking, bro, I don't know how much time we've got, but I'm gonna just
Bro, because for me, that's my happiest episode, bro. But it got serious. Now it's the happiest moment, bro. You're a true human because you have a story. Well, no, you're not afraid of telling a story, even though you won't be shy. Hey, Papa, don't tapping at this age. So I'm really happy to hear you, but it can't handle the decision. I was really talking country. Okay, in detail, bro.
I won't go in detail. So anyway, fast forward, high school.
The art space. How did you get into the?
We get into the art space. So through that, I've always had a desire, to enhance my moments. When I say enhance moments, like for example, if you say to me, I'm having a birthday party, I would wanna escalate the birthday party yakho kube ngathi concert. Yabo?
Or shall my event at the time?
No, sir, I'm creating a picture in your mind. Yabo? I've always
promote, invite.
I invite.
Oh.
So I've always from a young age knowing about mom and how they get attached to material things. I understood what's it.
Okay, ngicela ukuthi le mfundo ngayikhuluma eyakho yabesimame e-high school because leyo iyona ngulana.
Okay, asishiye ke fast
Yeah,
forward.
art, yeah.
Okay, fast forward. We go into the arts now. So fast forward. In high school, I meet up with a group of friends that loved music. So I'm a hip hop head. I love hip hop. I listen to hip hop.
Hip hop movie uyishaya ukhula or uyishaye when you transition from high school to your varsity life?
It was more of a transition from primary to high school.
So you've always been a rapper?
Listen to hip hop, basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Listen to hip hop.
You only started hip hop after school because
No.
if you're a hip hop head, if you were hip hop, then you would have been the coolest kid in school at the time because you were gifted with something. And because a kid who could rap or dance in high school became
something, yeah. So for me, it wasn't so much about rapping. It wasn't so much about being cool. Music has always been a meditation, because growing up, there's challenges that obviously with time constraint I can't go deep into that. But there were challenges that came from the family side that music helped me to deal with those challenges. I would find more meaning.
What type of music do you consume?
Mos Def, Mob Deep,
Also, that's
Talib
a-
Kweli.
We're listening to their story lives Gumede,
Yes.
relating it to yours.
To mine, yes.
Oh, so music meant something to you because you felt like there's someone else who feels like you.
Yeah, it was more like a meditation. Like I would literally sit in my room, look past the rhymes, listen to the lyrics. It will help me deal with whatever I'm faced with. Yabo? Now through that music space, I got introduced to Amachitaigo hip hop.
Sure.
I would sit with guys for hours, be palama lines, and I'll be like intrigued about how they would take a simple word and create it into something. Then I started noticing the power of creating things, being able to influence a moment and change it to something else. So I was curious. I was like, okay, so cool. In life, what can I do that would change a situation? How would I influence? One, I can't sing. I'm not talented in that way. Two, I can't dance. I'm not talented in that way. I'm not much of a speaker. Okay, cool. But what if I was able to capture the moment in a way that no one else could? So I was like, okay, no, that's interesting. Then,
But had you been introduced to photography prior to that?
no.
So what made you think of capturing it?
So I looked at all various platforms that were available in terms of the creative space. Remember, when you can speak, you either become a singer or an actor. Right? You either sing or act. If you can dance, you either become a dancer or a performer or something. Now, if you can't do those things, then you look at other avenues that are within lesser space.
Sure.
Yabo? So for me, it was like, okay, I'm a shy dude. Being behind the camera, I don't have to speak to anyone. I don't have to, I can just be silently there and just capture the moment. And okay, cool, it's within my personality. I could actually work with this. But then at the same time, I was like, I come from a family where we need to make money. Yabo? Am I really gonna make money through photography? Nah, let me go hustle first. Once I'm right, then I can go back to this and explore it for what it's worth, So fast forward, I started working at the age of, I think the last time my parents bought me clothes, I was 14. I was 14 years old. So on weekends, I was friends with people that are in good positions. So one of my friends, Baba Onishipush. So on weekends, we would work at the butcher and make money. Sell meat, make money. I'll take meat to Yisekaya. I started feeding for my family at the age of 14. Started dressing myself. Back on Abazai.
They working?
Mom is working. Dad is present but not present. See, that's what was putting strain in the family.
So do you say you'd probably be something different right now if you're raised by both your parents' presence full time?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think would have been different?
I think I would have taken decisions for the right reasons. 90% of the decisions I've taken in my life are survival decisions.
I want to go to that. I like that you saying this to me right now. Going a few steps back, what we were just talking about now. You said, when I wanted to be the dancer, I wanted to be the singer, I wanted to be as long as it is cool, I believed that I wasn't skilled at them or talented at them. So I wanted to be within the space, but find something that I can do. By you saying that, also see, I took on photography, but I had to view various reasons, ukuthi ngishayele leyo choice, if it's gonna help me survive or not. Yabo? I feel that's spoken from heart. Yabo? Kuwena, this is a means to an end, to share photography. You're not doing it because you just love it, but you're doing it because it's gonna keep you alive.
No, it is. It is.
It could be alive. Survival play is not only monetary. Okunye is to heal a wound.
Yes.
Is to give you another way of viewing life aside from the empilo oyibona apha phambi kwakho. Which means if there's pain, that's the only way you can hide your pain for a while.
100%, my brother. You actually explained it in a better manner than I could have. For me, it's not so much as it's fun. I won't lie and say it's not financial, because there is a financial aspect to it, but it's more of a desire to be in peace and to do something that I truly love doing. You know, I've got a normal 9-to-5 job. I work, I earn money. It pays the bills, it pays for my life. Then the photography side is more of my meditation, is where I feel more connected to myself. You know, I could work throughout the night and not be bothered. You know what I mean?
Bro, yes, yo, bro. You know, you're just talking about living a double life. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You saying during the day you are in Mfundo, corporate Mfundo, yabo? After hours, you become the spiritual Mfundo, the Mfundo who can do an intimacy into me, I see. You know, it's who can get in their heads, get in the space. Yabo, God, ikabangele yena ukuthi ufuna ukwenzani, but ekuseni you're controlling.
No, I can honestly say, yes, that is what it is. I can't shy away from the truth, and it's the truth of, if I don't tell my story for what it is, then I am no longer lying to the world. I'm also lying to myself.
Sure.
I have found great success in what I do during the day. I found great success. I've traveled countries, I've been overseas, I've done that. But when you speak about something that speaks to my soul, then you speak to me about photography. That speaks to me. You know, sometimes I tease my partner and I say to her, you know, if there was something that I could do and not get paid for, what is that one thing? Then I always tell her I could take pictures and not get paid.
Our reasons which are definitely unique to us.
Yeah.
Because you see what you're saying to me right now, nobody can see the Mfundo that I'm seeing right now. I'm getting first-hand experience of you actually saying something that's deeper than anything anyone can understand right now.
Yeah.
Which is real to you right now.
Yeah.
Yabo? Ngeke ngakubona iqani uzama ungichazela indaba yesagila lesiphathayo.
Yes.
Because I feel this thing kind of connects with Leon today.
100%.
Everything we show in German means you've got a deeper spiritual alignment maphakathi kuwena than what people see on the outside.
True.
Yabo?
Yes, my brother. No, I do.
Because the love that you have for photography is not just love of photography, it's love of life. You're appreciating life, ukuthi uyaphila, and you're appreciating understanding the true meaning of life to you.
Yes.
Yabo?
Yes.
Bro, it's some profound shandis right now.
You know, I'm gonna add something to you on that note. Not that we're going any deeper. Right now, everything that I have, someone can take away from me. But they can't take away photography from me
Mm.
because I taught myself photography.
Mm.
It's something that's in me. It's something that I can claim ownership of.
Mm. Mm. And you enjoyed learning it. It
Yes.
wasn't like you're doing it out of circumstances.
No,
Mm.
I enjoyed learning it.
Do you see the joy of doing something that you love versus the thing that you have to do because of the lifestyle you live, because of the conditions that you are living in, because of the life that life has driven you to, versus what you have brought to you?
There's a huge difference, my brother.
Mm.
There's a huge difference, my brother. You see, unfortunately, we are of three, which is the soul, the spirit, and the meat.
Mm.
You know, a lot of us concentrate on feeding the meat.
Mm. Mm.
We forget that there's the soul, there's the spirit part of it.
Sure.
You know, once you are able to discover something that sort of like can almost feed two out of these three things,
Mm.
then you are blessed beyond measure.
Mm. Mm.
Because
Striking
now
the
you're not,
balance.
you're not consuming for one, you're consuming for more than one.
Mm.
You know, I don't want us to go very deep, but also remember, Wuti, we are living, well, the abantu abadala are living through us.
Mm.
They are the spiritual side, we are the meat.
Mm.
Whatever they need to communicate into this world, they communicate through us.
Mm. Mm. Powerful. Wuti, you know, for me, that subject is a subject of its own. Ding AI opportunity Wuti.
No, 100%. 100%.
But kunale feeling Wuti, if umuntu, knowing that you are a spiritual being, you are spiritual even when you're trying hard not to be spiritual.
Yeah.
No? Because you kunomphefumulo ophila ngaphakathi kwena.
Yes, brother. Yes,
You can deny it ukuthi wena awunamoya ngaphakathi, awunani. But the reason why you are Mfundo is because there is no other Mfundo, but
Yes.
you are Mfundo.
Yes.
Lo moya ophila ngaphakathi kwena uwona lo philisa lo Mfundo esimbonayo.
Yes.
But asiwazi umoya wakhe. Asiwazi shape yawo kanjani, ithi i-height nganani, whatever. Sibona Mfundo uthi. Yabo? So you are given identity because of who you are, not because of what we see. Uma kuthiwa yena ke mhlambe kuthiwa wena umuntu ojabule, so bengabuki ukuthi uyelo, umude, umfishane, unjani, babuka ukuthi character yakhe kanjani, bafila benza befeel kanjani uma be around you.
Yeah.
Yabo? Which is what determines how you want to treat me the next time you see me.
No, 100%. 100%.
Because you could be a person who ngale ndlela engiyithanda.
Yeah.
But the moment washo into ethize manje ngiphoxa, manje ngiciwe na into egqokile.
Yeah.
Yabo? And then my next time ngikumeetha, approach will be different. I won't appreciate you like I appreciate you day one.
No, 100%. Hence why they say the tongue is a very powerful thing. Never. Because if I see you, I perceive you. But the minute you speak, I learn who you
can
are.
either build this or you can kill me.
Yes.
Kill that
Yeah.
perception that I had of you.
Yeah.
Hey, that's powerful, bro. Now, okay, so we rap Modisane, but I want to know, with now that you're in the industry and you're seeing your growth, how fulfilled are you
With my growth.
with your growth?
The other day, we were chatting. There was something you shared with me. And I like to analyze things. I like to be present in conversations because I feel that without being present, then why have the conversation in the first place? You know, and we don't just have a conversation. There's a reason why we have a conversation. So I listen. So you shared the other day, you said to me, you know, it is all well and good to want to achieve something in life, but you must remember to pace yourself. It's your own race. You're not racing with anyone else. and you said to me, photography is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know, the day you said that, you actually made me realize that as much as I've achieved what I have achieved, if I do not find joy in achieving it, then it's not an achievement. So now I've started celebrating small things. You know, if I learn an action on Photoshop or something that I didn't know, I become proud of myself. I go, wow, geez, I didn't know that. So now I can do this, you know? So I'm at a stage where I came in the industry with the desire to wanna make myself better at every shoot. You know, when I go to a shoot, I'm actually gonna tell you something very personal and deep. You know, when I go to a shoot, it's like I'm attending class every time. I go there and I go, what can I learn today? What can I do today that is different from what I did on the other shoot or whatever shoot, you know? How can I improve on this mistake that I made there? Can I try? So for me, every shoot is like I'm in class. I'm learning something. I'm yet to graduate, which is very far away from me. So I'm still the student of the game. I look at myself and I go, I'm the student of the game. Yes, I've achieved 1, 2, 3, and between me and you know, some of the things I've achieved are quicker than what normally people would do. Would take. But at the same time, I still want more. You know, it's literally gone from me being passionate about it, and it's growing into an obsession. It's not yet an obsession, but it's growing into an obsession.
I love that. You know, one of the people that I listen to, once I quote, it's what he, if you're passionate, it's still not yet it. You need to be obsessed about it. When you're obsessed about it, you can't sleep without it. You can't breathe without it. You feel like this is your life. You're being suffocated if it was to be taken away from you.
Yeah.
That's powerful, bro. That's powerful.
No, my brother, it's I think, you know, and again, my man, you know, when you're living a double life, you learn to appreciate the small things. The very small things, you know, because everything to you is so familiar and so normal and so ordinary. When something different happens, it catches your eye, it catches your attention, and you're like, wow, impili sawas won't surprise. Wow, you know. So for me, Navetu, and again, and I'll say this all the time, you know the energy I bring whenever we're together. Because to me, whenever I'm around you, it's another experience. And life is about experiences. It's all about experiencing the moment.
You know, Mfundo, bro, we could chat all night, bro. You know, I really appreciate, you know, when a deep calls, my deep always responds.
Yeah.
Because I can feel when a person is not just here. They are everywhere. Yabo, omnipresent, no. So I really felt that discussion, bro. We had a good conversation, and I really believe there's a lot to take out of this. We might not share your whole life story.
Yeah.
But what we've heard, anyone can tell Uti where's your headspace at.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about too much about my experiences of what you and clients right now and whatnot, because I don't want to test Uti how many clients you've had, because you are proud to say I'm still new in the game. Kona abathi ngama veteran lo ufuna umbuze ukuthi how many clients have you had, and how will you know that trauma experiences sekaba now when you might have experienced something right now, but you're still on your first year in photo or second year now, ne?
Second year.
In your second year in photography. Experience akulula usheshe uyibuze manje. It's his experience. You can't discount its experience.
Yeah.
But usukusho experience omunye azosoyigxeke ethi hawu sitshela ngalokuyana. Lokuyana we've seen you know. So angifuna ukuthi kube ngathi uzotestwa ngeexperience yakho in a podcast. Ngifuna kube yinto ukuthi people just need to see your work. Appreciate that. Don't ask me about my experience. My experience was uzoyithola mase ngiready mina. Angizija manje you still seeing yourself as a student. Yabo because omunye uzomane kuwe ngokuthi sukhulume ngento engathi ziwiki kuyena. But my experiences are fun. Asilingani na my experience. Yabo mhlawumbe into ekukhalisayo wena mina ingikhalisi. Nami into engikhalisayo mhlawumbe wena ikhalisi. So yeah, wait that way. But Mfundo siyabonga kakhulu for taking time, bro. You just came from work. You'll be tired. Ne froze isihleli wanda. Yabona. Yabo. So angifuna ukuthi sigcine forever, bro. But we'll always keep you in our well wishes because I know the zeal that you have. From what I've just heard today, also, you gave me another perspective of how to be obsessed about something.
Yeah.
Yabo.
No, I'm glad.
You are indeed an obsessed photographer.
No, I'm glad, brother.
And I really wish you well, bro, because the game was but you are not threatened by anything. You are getting born and mbuzo mbonti. Arubjela wasabi. Abanye make babone any photographer sebeyasaba. That's why bezihlинela benze njani. When you speak to everyone. Yabo. For me that spirit, bro, is a person with a big heart, basically. I don't know how many photographers noma fika nokuthiwa bidlulela nje okuthiwa awuna lo yashooter hey bafo yabona kanje and then it becomes a conversation because you are that person welcoming and what yabo mina bro I can never appreciate you more than I can utter words right now because I don't know what appreciation is now. I haven't been appreciated to know how to appreciate but engakusho ukuthi you are doing great. And you are doing more than we did when we were at the starting stages. You are doing way more, bro. About even right now, I can tell you, no one will mention it. But there are photographers who are trembling right now every time they see you post something, or every time they see you moving with your bag. Shine in the flesh. How don't worry, there'll always be naysayers everywhere you go. But when are you doing it without caring if you say no, yes, I love what I'm doing. The love that you have, bro, will sustain you in the industry.
Thanks, brother. Thanks.
I'm saying this from Leo experience. What's kept me this far is the love, the obsession that I have. You know?
No, and I'm gonna say this, and again, my brother, it comes from a place of love, a place of appreciation, a place of very much joy. Yabona Ndwanda, what you mean to the photography game in Durban, and again, we speak about people getting their flowers while they're still alive. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. But what you stand for, it's not even what you do anymore. It's what you represent and what you stand for in the photography game in Durban. You are able to create a safe space for all of us. I don't think a photographer efika la eyomida ifile as if he out of place. You have created that warmth. You know what I mean? It's like wars can't create warmth, but the people there are the ones that create the warmth. From the first time I met you, you've always opened your arms. Whenever I phone you, I worry you about stuff. I know Msizi always is the time of the day. If not, or something's gonna happen. So, in that same token, my brother, I appreciate you for who you are. Not what you are about, but for who you are. I'm gonna show something because we podcast, but. By the way, No, man. Yo. Listen,
Hey,
yo.
hey.
Ilo konja.
Sure.
Igama lakho lithi lithi okudala okudala. Wherever you are right now, he's very proud of who you are. Remember I told you I have a gift, but it's a conversation for another day. Uthi whatever happened, but he's very proud of who you are right now. He knows that you wonder sometimes. What did he give you enough love, enough self-belief? He says he's surprised at how you've turned out, but he's very proud at the very same time. But we'll talk about that some other day. We're not here for that. Anyway, yeah. Where do they catch me? Huh? Where do I?
Yeah, bro. Sorry, man. Hey, that was some weird shit right there, you know?
Yeah, so Mfundo Pixini on Instagram, Mfundo.pix. Please check out my images, show some love. Like I said, still a young kid in the game, growing. Come on this beautiful journey with me and see how far we can take it. Let's go.
Yeah. Scotland that doesn't say I was just sketch what it's my night. Yeah. Nah, bro, that was a bit emotional. And thing is, you know, when you listen to somebody, ungalalela amazwi awashoyo, you know, ubuka into ayishoyo. Uyibona isithombe kuwena. You're not just listening to the words, yabo?
Yeah.
It becomes real to you because you know how much you relate to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yabo? Even the space that you were saying it from, for me, it felt as if you can see right through me, just like how I see right through you when you speak about your story.
Yeah.
Yabo? And whenever someone sees right through me, I feel a bit emotional because now I've got a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yabo?
Yeah.
And when you hit the thing of umzali, yabo, for me it's real.
Yeah.
I know my story, yabo, but not uthi phela into mawisho now so I understand it's a paradox na when uthi why is this coming to me the way it's
Just
coming,
a
yabo?
message, yeah.
It's just a message. You don't know my story. I've never told you anything about my home story, and there's no bad story. I won't lie. I feel like it's just when it comes to you at the time it comes to you, it always feels as if ngati akukho fair, yabo. But when you get to understand it, then you realize ukuthi had it not been that, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't live.
Yeah.
So I always appreciate life because of that, and I'm slowly becoming the best person that I could ever be. I'm slowly becoming the best human that my parents created me to be, and God has placed me in places where I need to be. I always feel that's why this is a marathon, bro. You don't have to pace yourself no muntu, because if you pace yourself no muntu, then you're never gonna live your life. You're always gonna be living for ifiso or direction. So for me, that's what art always meant. That was what I was. There's Bhengu clearly no matter pekaya. As you might say, a disaster. Because I always wanted to create something. I've always been a creative, and thank God that I'm in a space where I can be happy. You know. So when you spoke about that, you made me connect with myself, bro. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for giving us a listen. When somebody gives you an opportunity to say something and they listen to you, it becomes another safe haven for you where you feel like you can confide, say things. By us speaking like this, some of the things are personal to us, but we are getting to speak to everyone about it, and someone out there is listening. And if they're listening, we always wish we could impact the way they do things. about impact the choices they make, impact the direction impilo yabo. I wanted to put a stamp to say, hey man, had I not taken a chance to sit down and watch that podcast, I wouldn't have learned anything. So we feel like if someone gets something out of this, then we would have achieved the message of the day. We have done what the day requires us to do today. The purpose of the day would have been done, you know. So we really appreciate the support that we're getting. We just hope you guys can comment and give us suggestions, give us comments on what you heard today. Maybe we can still share more outside the podcast, you know, because we want someone to hear our stories. We're not just photographers, we are human beings who are in the space of photography. So please do share, like, comment, talk about it, and definitely subscribe on the thing is below. Next time, Nandi more. Sharp sharp.
It's the forecast. Hey. Talk about it if you got it with no hesitation. Hey. Need a conversation. Hey. Have a conversation. Hey. Talk about it if you got it with no hesitation.
For more content, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and click on the notification bell. And don't forget to follow us at forecast_podcast.